Hey there, this is Sean Donahoe and welcome to this video, and we've got a very special treat here for you today. I am joined today by Alan Brown, and he is the ninja coder and master internet marketer behind this amazing program called Rapid Content Wizard. Now, we've got some very cool stuff I'm going to fire at Alan in a few months. I'm going to grill him, literally stick him under the spotlight, use some Gestapo tactics here to really kind of figure out, okay, what is the deal with Rapid Content Wizard, what it's all about. He's going to grill me, I'm sure. He's going to fire a couple of kind of curveballs at me along the way. And we're going to have a little bit of a conversation about what Rapid Content is, why it's different than anything else out there, and most importantly, what's in it for you guys. Because we built this with one purpose in mind. We'll get to that in a few moments. But let me tell you a little bit of, about me. I'm not going to tell you anything about me. You know me. You know my experience in this industry as kind of a leader in this market. But let me tell you about Alan, because you may not have seen this guy before. And he's had 25 plus years as a corporate level ninja coder, which means, first of all, we're not dealing with crack code from overseas. We're dealing with really high-end developed code. This program literally has been, it's top secret stuff. This has been in process for over 7 months. And I'll tell you some funny stories behind this in a few moments. But Alan is also has been an internet marketer for about 3 years and has literally seen it all come and go. And has been working behind the scenes on lots of cool stuff. But Alan, tell me, sir, how you doing?
Yes.
And what's going on at your end of the world?
Well, hello there, and thank you for having me on. And first of all, I want to correct you in that I've been in 30 plus years in IT, not 25. But
oh my
okay.
God! I was giving you benefit of good behavior, parole, and everything else. But yeah, you come from the corporate world, and we're two geeks here. We both come from a corporate background. But
Exactly.
tell me how you got into internet marketing from where you were, because a lot of people out there, we've got a lot of new marketers and a lot of experienced marketers out there right now watching this, but everyone's got their own path where they discovered internet marketing and decided to leap forward. What was your path?
Well, I mean, it just came down to the fact that I had worked for a long, long time in IT, and I got tired of the same old routine with, I'd come up with creative ideas, and my manager would look at me and say, nah, we don't want to do that. We're going to take the simple route, and we're just going to do.
We don't have the budget for all that creativity.
We don't have the resources. We don't have the budget, and all this kind of stuff. And it's fine. I'm not going to say anything bad about IT. IT world has been great. I've raised a family. I have kids. I have grandkids. Been good to me. But I just felt that I wanted something more. And when I had that feeling. And I guess it's always been in with me. I guess it's in a lot of people. But what I did was, I just decided to go out and look and see what kind of businesses I might be interested in for my future. Because, I just felt I had something to contribute more to the world than just, the corporate life. And I wanted to do something creative, and I wanted to give back to people. So what I ended up doing, I just did a lot of research online, and then internet marketing just kind of popped out of nowhere as everybody knows. And the more I looked into it, the more I got interested. And then I managed to get hooked up with one of your presentations. That was the Video Sniper presentation.
I remember
with
that,
with the YouTube, and we were going to make something like $500 in 5 days or something, maybe more than that.
I remember that.
And I watched, I watched you day by day. You were giving us an update on how much money this was making, and it was all live, and it was all done. It was just all fascinating the way that you did it, because everybody could see exactly what you were doing and how you were making money, and we could even go out and see the videos to see how many views on them, so we knew that was happening. And it just all clicked for me when I saw that. I said I had to get in touch. I had to get involved with whatever this guy's doing, and that's how I got hooked up with you in the Inner Circle.
Now, you've been part of our membership, the Inner Circle, for 3 years now. Is that right?
Yep. Since the beginning. I was here since the very first Ask Sean session.
Oh, that's right, because we do a little training webinar every single week. So now, fast forwarding now 3 years, Alan came to me and said, I want to create some software. I want to do something. How can we do this? And, had a little bit of a mentoring relationship and coaching relationship going on. So I looked in my archive, because I've got stacks and stacks of notes of projects that I just don't have time to do. Literally pick one out of the hat and said, you know what? I think this one would be a good one. Now, here's the cool thing, because there's a lot going on in this industry right now with search engines and penguins and pandas and all the rest of the craziness. And, it's turning the content world on its head. And we have built an absolutely amazing content. I say we have built. It's the royal we. Alan's built it. And there's over 25,000 lines of code. Again, that's for geeks out there. No one really cares about it. How many lines of code go into it. But I'll tell you, it's a lot of work and over 7 months. And I won't tell you that I've made him recode it a couple of times from scratch due to some of the changes we wanted to make. But what we've created, I really feel, is one of the best tools out there. But Alan, before we get into the tools specifically, tell us what the problem is and why that we decided to leap into this one rather than anything else. Tell us what the problem is and why it's so important that we address this problem with this software.
Right, and I mean, the thing that came to us, we looked at your Rolodex of ideas, which is huge, and what we did was we came across this one where you were talking about content creation, and it just kind of clicked in my mind, because I had a lot of people coming up to me and saying, and I've done, and of course I've done it myself, is that, gosh, I have this website, and writing articles, it's a laborious, time-consuming task. It's difficult to find topics to write about every day, and if you don't like doing it, you have to pay somebody to do it, and that costs a lot of money.
It does.
And the thing is, that rings with everybody I've talked to that does that creates blogs and websites. That it seems to be a universal problem.
Yeah,
and
very much
so that was the idea. Is that I thought, well, gee, this would be a great problem to solve. With the skills that I have, and of course you're helping me along. And so we decided to just dive right into this. And as you said, back in December when we started this, I just took my Christmas holidays and took your idea and just went to bat with it, and just worked every single day over my Christmas holidays. My wife wasn't too happy with me.
I'm sure she wasn't. She's come. I was going to say, I have to send a bunch of flowers to your wife for causing that over Christmas. But yeah, it was amazing. You came to me within 3 weeks with a working demo and a model. And here's the thing, guys. We've developed a different content approach than anything you've ever seen before. Now, this was a concept I had 3 years ago, and I had implemented something similar with a script I wrote, and it was very, very basic. It was more like a proof of concept for myself. But when I gave it to Alan, he ran with it like it was like an all-star NFL game and going for the touchline, and just blew me away. And the more we talked about it, the more we dove into this, the more ideas we came up with. And there's so much power behind this, and we'll get into that in a moment. But the key here was to make it simple. But before we get into the how simple it is and how much power and some of the stuff it can do, let's talk about this actual system of content, because everyone out there has probably heard of content curation, which is basically the content equivalent of throwing mud at a wall and seeing what sticks. We turn that completely on its head with really what is the next evolution in content creation. We've called this content fusion. But Alan, you tell us a little bit more about what this is, how it works, and why it's so much more powerful than content curation.
Okay, well, we start off by taking your keywords that you want to be able to create an article for, and then we combine that with something called LSI words. And for those who don't know what LSI means, it just means related keywords. And so we take your keywords and your related keywords, and we go out into the internet and we search for all the articles that are out there that are related to all those keywords. And then we don't just take those articles and just pull them in. I mean, that would be huge and humongous. So what we do is we look for we refine that and go down and look at the paragraphs to see how they relate as well to these keywords. And we pull those keywords, those paragraphs in that are related, and we put them in a random fashion so that you come up with a very unique article. But we don't stop there. In addition to doing that, you can put other things into the article that are random as well, such as images from Flickr. You can put videos, and on top of that, we also have other things that can be put in there randomized as well, such as product content from Amazon, and questions and answers from Yahoo. And this is what Content Fusion is all about, because all these things can go in to this article and make it just super unique and super authoritative, to Google. And that's really what it's all about. And so to me, Content Fusion is just putting all this related information together to make it look like an authoritative article.
And that is a very good point. You raise a couple of really interesting points here, because content curation takes a little snippet from here, a little snippet from there, loads a page up with just this little snippet and a link, snippet and a link, and it makes a mess. It makes a mess. We wanted to create the most authoritative way of content ever, and there's all sorts of filters and things you can do with this. But the cool thing is, you put in a keyword, you press a couple of buttons, and it goes out and fuses all of this content down, and there's a ton and ton of sources out there, and it just puts them all in this super condensed mixing bowl. And Alan's making it sound very, very simple. It's like throwing it in a mixer bowl, take it out and take out, and you've got it. Boom, done. There's so much power behind this and the way it works. There's a lot more advanced algorithms and stuff that we really can't get into. But at the end of the day, all you need to worry about is the results. That's all you care about. You don't care about the geekery. Me and Alan will talk about that for many, many hours outside of this. You care about, does it work? Does Google like it? Is it going to create great articles? And do I have to stress about anything? And the general answer to that is, yes, it works. We've been testing it for months. We've refined it, recoded it. Google loves the content that's generated. It's up to 100% unique. And it includes all the rich media elements that make articles absolutely fantastic. It's not just this throw mud at the wall like I've seen with so many other highly expensive software that has hundreds or thousands of dollars or has exorbitant monthly fees. We just wanted to create something that was incredibly powerful, incredibly simple to use, and incredibly accessible to everybody.
Now, Professor Sean, can I ask you a question?
Grill me. You throw me a curveball.
What, with Google Penguin, what is the biggest issue that Penguin solves? That's
a good question. It's crap links, crap content. Panda, Penguin, all of the Google changes, they're focusing on increasing the user's authority, they're increasing the user's experience in a more positive way, trying to get rid of all the web spam, all the crap links. That's what Penguin's focusing mostly, is the low quality links to rank crap content.
Now Sean, there's one more thing. What about duplicate content?
Now that's Panda. Penguin focuses more on links, and we've got something very cool in regards to that I'll tell you about in just a moment. And Panda focuses on duplicate content, low quality content, and all of the rest of it. Now, both of these algorithms are continuously out there being revised. They're continuously working to try and increase the quality of the results. Now, this is a huge opportunity for everyone out there watching this video, and I'll tell you why. Most people out there that have been hit with this are running low quality websites, low quality, scraped, crappy content that's using like everything from just full scraped articles to just kind of crap thrown together, I would say very poorly written stuff that has no authority, and then they're firing thousands upon thousands of incredibly low quality backlinks. The thing is, Google's wise to that, and they're actually pretty smart about how they discover this stuff, how they track it, and they've done all sorts of stuff to combat it. But here's the opportunity. That's just got rid of tons of your competition. And if you do this right, there is a huge potential here. And what we're going to do, this is one video, but we've got another video that's going to be coming up in the next few days where I'm going to outline an entire strategy based on using Rapid Content Wizard, where you can create an incredibly powerful empire automatically. And I'll show you exactly how you can do that. But that's in the next video. I'm kind of getting ahead of myself.
Great.
But
I can't wait for that myself.
There you go. Well, the thing with Panda and Penguin and Google, in the search engines in general, is the better the user's experience, the more money they're going to make from ad revenue and everything else. So it's in your interest as an affiliate marketer, product vendor, whatever you're doing online, that if you want to use automated content, then you've got to do it in a way that is going to be Google friendly, it's going to get ranked, it's going to get you attention, has authority, and we're going to tell you some of the ways that we do that in just a second. Now, you've also outlined a couple of things there where we're talking about authority and the elements within this. We're taking some of the best authoritative stuff that's relevant to keywords and related keywords so that we literally have optimized this to rank as well as possible. All the content could be any length of content, it should be mentioned. It's not just like 200 words like I see some content curation things do. We can create 700, 1,000. We can even create thousands of articles. Yeah, exactly. It's infinite. But you can also do, you can create this article at a touch of a button, and that sounds pretty cool. But we've also got some other features. Alan, tell us about the bulk create and the campaigns. And let's tell these guys that what we've talked about so far is just the tip of a very large iceberg.
Oh, absolutely. The bulk create is just something that doesn't get talked about a lot, in at least in some of the beta testing, but it's a very powerful feature because what you can do with the bulk create is you can just type in, click off the options that you want to have, what type of content you want in there, and then you put in, say I want 100 articles or 500 articles or how many articles you want. It's unlimited. So you basically just put that in there, tell it what pieces of content you want, and click a button, and go away and have a beer or coffee or whatever you want to do, and come back, and it's all done for you. It's all made for you, and it's all spun. It can be all spun. It's all unique. 85% unique, and it's all great content that you can just create at the click of a button.
Now, I should also mention that underneath this, we've included a live demo of Rapid Content Wizard that Alan prepared for us. And I'll tell you right now, in the article he generated there, it was even 100% unique. And you can check this with Copyscape.
Yep.
But tell us about the campaigns. Oh, yeah, sorry,
yes.
Go ahead. Tell us about the campaigns and how that can help them.
Oh, the campaigns are, the whole thing with it isn't just about creating content, right? It's also being able to get content and have it post to your blogs on a regular scheduled basis, because that's what you want. That's the whole idea, is that you want to be able to not just create it, but you want it to be able to be there, every day, so that it helps with your rankings and helps with your website and its authority. So the campaigns, you can go in and you can set them up. You can tell it all kinds of things, such as how often you want it to post, how many times a day you want it to post. You can tell it what websites you want it to go to, and you can set all these different things up. You can tell it what format you want the article to look like in. You set all this up, and then it comes to a scheduler, and it says everything's done, everything's ready to go. And it's very easy to set up. A couple clicks of buttons, and you're up. You've got content posting to your site unlimited for the rest of your website life. That's
brilliant. Now, there's a lot of power in this, and this is a desktop tool. This is not a WordPress plugin that leaves a huge footprint. This is a desktop tool that can. Yeah, exactly. We wanted to make sure that we took all of the power of something that you can sit on your desktop that runs 24 hours. It sits in the toolbar. It runs every now and then. Boom, as something's a project or a campaign is due, it just goes out, works in the background. Boom, done, and it posts to however many websites, to however many campaigns you have set up, with all sorts of different templates and styles, and everything's in here. You can create whatever you want. But there's one very important thing: how long from start to finish does it take to create unlimited content for life for one website?
Okay. All right. All you need to do is you need to put in a keyword. You put in your website, and you put in your title, whether you want to spin or you want a title, then you click a button, and it's done. It takes like maybe 15 seconds, maybe less than that.
And you know what, guys?
It's done for life. It's all set up, ready to go.
And that's he actually demonstrates that in that video below. So if you haven't watched that video yet, you will be amazed. And it really does do what it does what it says on the tin. And you can see why there's 7 months of development gone into this. This has been one of those top secret, classified, need to know basis projects that I haven't even been able to talk to people about, because we wanted to make sure this was absolutely nailed down. And literally, I mean, we had it pretty much done, and then we said, you know what, we need to rebuild part of this, change the interface to make it even easier, which did require a rebuild, and I'm sure Alan's still cursing me on that. But 25,000 lines of code, I'm going to be honest, guys, 25,000 lines of code multiple times with all the rewrites. I'm sure there's a lot more gone into this, but it is one of the most powerful tools I have ever seen, and I have been really, really proud to be part of this project and guide Alan and partner with Alan on bringing this to you. I mean, this has been a brainchild of mine, and something I wanted to create myself, and Alan, has just literally taken the bull by the horns and created something like nothing else out there. Now, we've talked about content creation, we've talked about bulk creating, we've talked about campaigns. It's all great having the best content in the world, but what if no one can find it? Alan, how have we addressed that? How are we we've tackled the panda, let's go shoot the penguin. How are we promoting this content? What happens after content is posted?
Well, penguins are cute creatures, but is talking...
No, they're not. They're ugly, they're evil, and they must die.
Right.
Okay, that sounded very menacing and ominous. Okay, so go ahead. Tell us about your cuddly penguins and what you do with them.
Well, what we do is we have third-party backlinking tools.
Mm-hmm.
We'll start with some of the social backlinking that you can do with OnlyWire.
Mm-hmm.
We have Linklicious. We have Link Pipeline.
Mm-hmm.
And we also have...
it's Backlinks Indexer.
Thank you. Backlinks Indexer. I have to remember them all. There's quite a few of them.
There's quite a few different things.
There's quite a few different things, and we plan on putting a lot more in there. But those we looked at all of them, the backlink tools, and we made sure that we only put in the ones that had the best reputation and had the best bang for the buck.
Very
so
true.
I want you to know that that we didn't just throw anything in there it's going to cost you all this money. It's not like that. We picked the best tools we could find that we can put in there, and they really do help get your blog and get your articles ranked. They do a very good job.
Absolutely, and here's the cool thing, guys. As soon as an article is posted, the first thing that happens is they get pinged. We send it out to all the blog networks, we send it out to RSS directories and say, hey, look, here's some great content. So first of all, the search engines sit on those sites, and that just says, hey, there's some great content. Boom, here you go. Have a look at this. So that, first of all, gets the attention, gets the stuff indexed. And then with powering it up with social bookmarks, Web 2.0 sites, RSS directories, other blog directories, all that other stuff. And it's going out there continuously into a giant network, which means every time you post a piece of content, and it's happening automatically in the background, it's also promoting this as well and saying, hey, look at this. You've got social footprints, social signals. I mean, that's one thing that is very critical these days is your social signals. And here's the cool thing. With all of these services, they all work in tandem. They all work naturally together. And if you want, we talk about some of these services out there, just work within your budget. They are third-party tools. But the cool thing is you can scale it up as much as you want. You might already have some of these tools. We've tried to support as many of the most popular tools out there that, like Alan says, give you the most bang for your buck so that you can literally hit the ground running like dynamite. And boom, you're set up in seconds. You've got your content. You've got everything hooked up. And boom. Everything is completely automated. The secret to real, true online wealth is scale and automation. And that became our mantra in building this tool. Now, when you see this tool, one thing I do want to say, guys, is you'll look at this and you'll think, well, Christ, this must be like $1,000 worth of software. And you know what? We were considering releasing this at $1,000. And when you see the demo below, you'll see why. There's so much power in here and so much potential. Far, far more than any other tool out there. But I said to Alan that we need to do this at a much more affordable price, because while there's going to be lots of people that will buy it at $1,000, that's not going to help as many people who are facing this problem. So we said, okay, what can we do there? So we're going to do a very, very special thing. We're going to do a very special discount price on launch day. Now, the launch is happening on July 15th at 12 p.m. EST. Now, you guys watching this right now, you're on the early bird list. And I've got a very special announcement I'm going to make in the next video in a couple of days. We are releasing this at an incredible discount. Something that, honestly, I had to hesitate about, because we're going to be doing this so that as many people can get this on a pre-launch launch. It's basically a special discount before we put it up at its full value, because we need your help. We need your feedback. We need your testimonials. And we're willing to give you an incredible discount to help us make this the best damn content tool ever. Now, I'll tell you more about this in the next video, where I'm going to share, as I said, an incredible strategy that you can use with this to take things to the next level. And I mean create an entire empire of websites like that, and then power them up with content like that, and then get them promoted and ranked and monetized just like that. This is an incredible strategy that I've used for years, and I'm going to share that and how to do it with you in the very next video. Now, a lot of kind of build up there, so that video, you keep your eye on your email, because that video will be coming very, very soon. You'll get an email about that with a link. But Alan, let me ask you a couple of questions before we wrap up here, because you've been a soldier.
Sure.
I'm going to say you right now, I've been grilling you.
That's fine.
One thing I'll say about content automation is it does save a lot of time and a lot of money, but it's not going to create Shakespearean prose.
No.
Now, this is a very important thing. There is no automated content system on the planet that's going to create the perfect article. But I know that we were smacking our heads against a wall on this one to kind of make it as easy as possible. But we've built in editors and draft status when they post and stuff like that. How can the customers out there and the people watching this video right now make absolutely sure they're getting the best quality content? What steps did we take, and how would you recommend they go about it if they want to have absolutely golden, 100% perfect articles?
Well, okay, what you can do is you can use the WYSIWYG editor that we have in there, and it's exactly the same thing as WordPress, and it gives you all these features that you can go in there and you can change the content, how it looks. You can make it as unique as you want. We have a spinners in there that you can just spin all the content, do anything you want. You can if you don't like the way an article looks, there's buttons up there that all you have to do is just press them, and it will deliver a whole new version of content that really will be completely different and may suit what it is you want to do. And I encourage you all to use all these features, because we put them in there just so that you can play with this and come up with the perfect article that you want to have on your site that's unique and authoritative. So we have everything in there that you need. There's nothing in there that should prevent you from creating the perfect article. And let me say one other thing, Sean, and that is that even if you don't have the perfect keyword, and that happens sometimes, because sometimes there's things out there that are just not a lot written about them. Well, what we do is we actually, behind the scenes, we have in the engine, in the actual article engine, what it will do is it will look for related content, and we actually call it partially related content. What it does is it says, okay, I can't find this keyword in these articles, but you know what? I'm going to take these keywords and break them up, and I'm going to look for other articles that might have pieces of this phrase or this keyword, and I'm going to try and bring them in as well and see what we can create out of that. And then it does that, and then it also just if it gets down to and it will look at the titles and see what's in the titles and see if it can bring anything by what it finds in the titles. So there's all sorts of backups and checks to make sure. This is a machine, but it's trying to do as much as it can to give you the best possible content you could have.
Now, that's a very good point. This is like an army of content writers working 24/7,
Absolutely.
365, saving you a fortune. Because if you think about it, an average article, even a $5 article, is usually crap. And it looks like it, most of the time, I hate to say it, most of the time they are scraped and spun articles thrown together at the hope it works.
Exactly.
And it's horrible. I pay $20 an article for some of the stuff I do. And you can imagine with hundreds of sites how much money that would cost. This sits on your desktop. It's got all this power. There's so much power in this engine. We can't even talk about it. It's classified. We could tell you, but we'd have to come out there and find you. But there's lots and lots of things that this can do. And we have spent many, many sleepless nights. Alan has spent many sleepless nights. I've just directed. I've said, no, do this. That's easy for me to do. It's like, no, here's an idea. We'll call it Far and Wide. And Alan goes, yeah, that's going to take me 2 weeks to code that. I'm like, yep. So he went off and coded it for another 2 weeks. But at the end of the day, this is like a Ferrari that you can just jump right into, even if you've never driven a Ferrari before. There's lots of software out there that's like the Volkswagen Beetle, the rusty old 1960s Volkswagen Beetle that kind of putts along and maybe in 20 years will get you where you want to be if you're lucky, if you just don't get run off the road by Google. This is the Ferrari, 200 miles an hour down the road, boom, you're at your destination. And that's what this is. That's all that power.
But you know what, John? Even beyond the Ferrari, this could be a rocket.
It is a rocket.
It's got a lot of power in it.
It does. This is afterburners, baby. This is full 4,000 pounds of thrust for your websites and your online endeavors. And that's really what this is all about. A lot of power. Watch that demo video below. Guys, I tell you right now, when you see that demo video below, you'll be blown away. I know I was when I first saw the power of what Alan had created. And just from the acorn seed of an idea into what we've created here is, I'm going to tell you right now, it's incredible. The original idea for this was just going to be for myself. And I am so thrilled that we have an opportunity to share this with the world. And that's what I've built my business on, and that's what Alan's built his business on as well, is the ability to take an idea, solve a problem in the most efficient way, and literally help every single person out there succeed online, solve one of the biggest headaches. I know myself, I hate writing articles. I have a team of article writers that do all my content. And I've got dyslexia. You could not get me to write articles continuously to get all that free traffic and the monetization. It's like pulling teeth. We don't want to do that. We want to give you a very easy way to jump into this. And literally, like Alan said, you got a website? No problem. 20 seconds, you've got a campaign and unlimited content for life. There's nothing better than that. So, Alan, before we wrap this up, any final words or anything we haven't touched on? Because I know there is so much under the hood of this.
There's so much, and I don't know if I can go into this in all of it in a half an hour, but the only thing I want to say is that we have future plans for this.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, I knew there was something I was forgetting. Tell us about those future plans.
The future plans is we want to incorporate some monetization. We already have some monetization that I didn't mention, by the way, which is Amazon. We have an Amazon module that you can put on your blogs, and that's a really good way. A lot of people have actually asked me for that specifically. That's all they want to do. That's fine.
That's great.
That's all. We got that too. You ask me whatever it is you want, we got it in there. But anyways, the future of this is we're going to put ClickBank in there. We're going to put Commission Junction in there.
Cool.
We're thinking about some Twitter, Facebook, more social, more 2.0 backlinking, maybe some kind of a rank checker. Sky's the limit. There's just so many things I can put in here. Really, we're going to wait and see after the launch. We have so many things. We had to actually just stop this and say, all right, there's a lot of cool stuff in here. let's get this out so everybody can start using it, and then we'll worry about really, really ramping it up after it gets released. And once it's released, we're going to take the feedback that we get from everybody, and we're going to pick out the best,
the best suggestions options and ideas. Yeah, and guys, this is what I'm saying. We need your feedback. We need your testimonials. We need your help to make this. This is a tool built for you guys, and you guys are going to help influence which direction it goes. I mean, this sounds like a reality TV show here, but the main thing is we need to know what you guys want, and then we'll find a way to make it happen. Different content modules, press releases. We'll look at other affiliate networks. We'll look at other content types.
PLR.
PLR. We've actually got that built in where you can take private label rights stuff that's already out there that everyone else is using and getting slapped for. Now you can throw that in here, make it 100% unique, mix it all up, and put it on your blog like it's brand new authority content.
Right.
And I'm going to tell you guys right now. Should I say that? I'm gonna spill the beans.
Don't say it.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go large. I've got a very special bonus I'm putting in there. And I wasn't going to tell anyone about this, but I'm going to tell you guys because you guys are on the early bird list. You got it on the inside track, sir. Come here. I'm going to give every single person that gets Rapid Content Wizard 100,000 categorized private label rights articles that they can use right off the bat. And
there you go.
It is hundreds and hundreds of megabytes of articles that I've gathered in my personal library of private label rights stuff. It's cost me so much money to acquire this, and I use these in a very special way. I'm going to give each and every one of you that entire archive. I'm literally going to give that to you on a silver platter. So again, if you need content and you're not even sure, hey, maybe you got some ideas, you don't even know an idea for a niche. They're all categorized. Thousands of niches in there for you guys that you can have a look at and maybe spark some ideas for your next website. Some very, very cool stuff in there. So that's one thing. We're talking about private label rights, but there's so much more we can be able to do with this. We're going to enhance this in so many ways, but guys, we need your feedback. That's why we're going to do this pre-launch discount. And although we're doing this pre-launch, pre-big launch, on July 15th at 12 p.m. But like I say, in the next video, I'm going to make a very special announcement, and you're going to have to wait and see on that one. And again, you're going to learn some incredible strategies that you can use with this. Now, before we wrap it up here, there's one more thing I do want to say. Guys, it's up to you. You're on this early bird list. You've taken action. You've seen what's going on. You've heard what we talked about here today. And like I said, we are literally scratching the surface of this. Watch that demo video down there if you haven't seen the demo. And I know you guys are going to absolutely love what you see. And when you see the price it's going to be released at, you're going to think we're insane. In fact, I'm sure Alan thinks I'm insane, but he knows the power. Yeah, there you go. Because honestly, we do want to get it into as many hands as possible and help as many people with what they're doing. And this is Alan's first big software launch. So I know you guys are going to help us make this incredible. And you guys, when you see what the power is, you're just going to be absolutely amazed. So, Alan, thank you very much, sir. I really appreciate you taking time out of your day from behind the keyboard and coding there. I know I'm very excited. I know Alan's very excited, and I know you guys are.
I'm extremely excited. I've seen all the other products out there, and I'm telling you, this tool is the easiest yet most powerful I have seen out there.
Yeah, and I'll tell you right now, guys, kicks content curation's ass. This is content fusion, and it is the next evolution. And this is the yardstick that every other tool is going to have to measure up to. And believe me, you ain't going to come close, because we're just going to keep on going and raising the bar and let everyone else just hope to get a slice of our pie. So with that being said, guys, keep an eye out for that next video. You guys are going to absolutely love this. I know you guys are getting very excited. I've been hearing every day people chomping at the bit to get this. It's going to happen on July 15th, 12 p.m. EST, with a special announcement for the early birders, which means you're going to get your hands on this a little bit early, but we're doing something special as well. That's going to happen and going to be announced in the next video in just a few days. So, again, thank you very much for taking time out of your day, Alan. Thank you all for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed what we've talked about here. A little bit crazy, but hey, that's what we do here. We have fun and love what we do, and that's what we want for you as well. So, until then, until the next video, take care.